So this one is 1111, so 414, Lake Eustis Drive in Leesburg. And this side is a dead end. But this side, that is County Road 473 right there. That is a main road. So not as quiet, not as far back into the bushes. But this is a dead end road, so there's that benefit. And again, this is similar as far as like all the roads have like a canal that goes out to the lake. So this is the house itself, and it's got a 2-car carport, and then the front, very nicely landscaped again here. You've got a crepe myrtle there with the bright pink flowers. You've got some wildflower type stuff. So this section here, that's all like pollinators, so those will attract like the bees and the hummingbirds and all that kind of stuff. And then of course, you know, the rest of the landscaping. Now this one does appear to be at least partially fenced, if not fully fenced here. So you've got a fence here with a shed, and we'll definitely go to the backyard here in a moment. This is a wooden fence. It's an average to maybe less than average shape. So the big question would be, who owns this fence in full? If it's this house that owns this fence in full, then you would be responsible for replacing the fence if something more were to happen to it. If the other people own it, then it would be on them to replace it essentially. So that's the one thing about the fence. You do have, I believe this is going to be like a storage area. I did not bring the key out this time. I stuck it back in the box. Yeah, that's probably a storage area. And then this is a side door that goes into the main part of the house. But you do have these nice little columns. So it's kind of got a nice curb appeal with it, with the landscaping and everything. And this would be the front door here. So we walk in through the front door. And when you first open up, you see all these built-ins and the kitchen and everything. So let me just zoom out just a little bit for you, just so you get a better idea of what you're seeing when you're first walking in. And I'll go back to a 1-to-1 ratio for you, just because that way you get a better idea. So this one's very nicely laid out. This is the living room and the kitchen. And again, those built-ins. So that's a nice feature there. And then we'll walk in through the kitchen here. Again, this one has the microwave with the stove. This is a refrigerator. This one does not have a dishwasher. So these cabinets appear to be wood cabinets, so they could be like restained or resealed in some way if you wanted to redo them. And then over the sink, we overlook the backyard with, there's a dock out there, and of course the canal. And this is the little dining area, more like a breakfast nook type area. And this is that side door that goes out to the carport. And then this front room here is a bedroom, or they've put in a day bed, or trundle day bed. And it's got a couple of windows, so not a whole lot of furniture space in this one, but enough maybe for, you know, if it was a family with kids or something coming to visit, or family with kids coming to live, whatever, however you want to do the rental. And then it's got a small closet here with the little accordion doors that just magnetize closed. So this overlooks the carport, like I said, and then the front. Then if we come over here, okay, this door goes out to that little storage area that's at the back of the carport. So this actually has the washer and dryer and the water heater in it. And a window, so it's kind of nice. It's actually not very hot in here, so I don't know. There is an AC vent if you wanted to leave the door open. There is an AC vent here. They do have that closed off inside the vent thing. That might be why it's not quite as hot in here, because it would have been insulated like the rest of the house is insulated. You've got your water heater. And then some more storage space there. This storage thing here, I don't know if it's staying or going. It is not technically attached, but I'm sure we could ask for it to remain. But this might be a good area, especially if you just change out this lock here, if you wanted to, where, especially if you were doing short-term rentals, maybe not for long-term, it would be irrelevant, but if you decide to do short-term rentals, you could change this out to an actual deadbolt lock and then be able to use this to store like the extra bed linens and stuff like that. That way nobody would have access to whatever's stored in here from a short-term rental aspect. All right, let's go through the other part of the house. And then from here, we'll go to the back. So this is the bathroom here. With a big privacy glass window. And this has a shower and tub combination. And then behind the door here, I don't know why they have a lock on the outside, but it should be the linen closet. And again, if you were to use this as a short-term rental, I would change this out to a keyed lock. That way your extra towels and stuff could be left in here and locked away in here. So, just options. And then this door here is more closet storage space. And then this is a second bedroom. And it's the same laminate flooring, or I'm sorry, vinyl flooring, the luxury vinyl flooring throughout, except for in the bathrooms and the kitchen and dining room area, those are tile. But this flooring goes throughout the whole house. And again, closet, bifold doors. And then this bedroom here does have a different vinyl or laminate flooring. Now, this floor to me looks more like laminate. And this is the biggest room. So the other room, the first room had a day bed with a trundle on it. The second room, this room here, that looks like a full on the bottom with the bunk bed single on top. So I would say it's a full bed on the bottom for reference. This looks like this is probably a queen size bed for reference. And it overlooks the front of the house and the side of the house. And then again, bifold door closets. So this particular house is a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. So if you're thinking about resale, great number of bedrooms, although the bedroom with the day bed is rather small, but the 1 bathroom might be a problem. But again, if you're looking at purchasing a 2-bedroom or even a 1-bedroom, 1-bath house, or 2-bedroom, 2-bath house, starter families, couples who are just starting out, or people who are just starting out and this is their first home, so what we call starter homes, this may be ideal for them because it would be more likely to be in their price point. It may just be them or a couple or something like that, and it may be a little less relevant. But from a resale value, most people always want that 3-bedroom, 2-bath house that they can expand into for a time. So now we'll go out back. And that boathouse is across the canal here. And then it doesn't look like we're going to be able at this moment to get into the storage shed. It does look like there's a padlock on it, but we'll walk down this way. So again, you got the wooden fence. You've got this shed. I mean, maybe, yeah, there's no way to get into that right now. So, but the shed will come with it. The backyard is not as well manicured at this moment, but easy enough to mow, nothing super drastic. Here you've got a little pad, they've got a grill on, that's just pavers, so you could keep or remove that if you wanted to. And then a second area here where they've got that table. There's the AC unit, the exterior AC unit. Again, this side has like a chain link fence and no fencing across the front. So when I said it might be partially fenced, this would be a partially fenced yard where you don't have a fence really on this side, but you do have the wooden fence on that side. So with that being said, I'm going to suspect that on this side, this chain link fence and all belongs to the neighbor, whereas maybe what's left of the wooden fence belongs to this house here. But let's walk down to the little dock here. This one does not have a boathouse or a docking area for a boat as far as a covered area. And at this moment, I am not seeing any tie downs for a boat either. But this seems to be a very solid dock that I'm standing on. You've got your wall, your stem wall, whatever they call it for the water. So this is pretty much the end of this canal. This is the end of the canal right here. So it goes out this way, out to the lake. So that's why you see a lot of this here, and it looks very stagnant. At some point they will come and dredge it out, or I don't know exactly how that works. Kathy probably knows better because y'all live on the water over there and she specifically lives on the canal side. But sometimes they'll come in with their dredge boats and just kind of skim the top off so it looks cleaner. The other thing I can say about this one compared to the last one that we were just at, and it probably has to do with proximity to the actual lake itself, is that I'm not seeing as many midges here, those blind mosquitoes, as what I was at the last house. So just a little bit of comparison here. The other thing I'm noticing on this one that I really just didn't pay attention to at all on the other one is the roof. This roof looks to be pretty new. It does have a gutter across the back, so that's kind of a bonus as well. The only thing I will say is that even where the gutters are on my house, I have a similar roof line to this one, and we do still have to pay attention to the corners because over time the rain on those gutters will erode that corner, so sometimes it just has to be backfilled with some extra dirt or whatever. So that is this house. We have one more to go see, and I will record that one for you as well. Thanks.